All right, guys, check it out. Locker room leadership. This is number 1 from the field manual. This is no more solo mission. So let's start with where I start in this book. And if you've downloaded it by now, awesome. And if you haven't, if I can find you, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Please go download it. So here's the deal. Let's start with my story, the lesson learned from when I left the NFL. I thought I had it figured out. I thought, I'd been a pro athlete, a doctor, a CEO, and I knew how to grind. But the truth is I was doing a lot of things solo. No locker room, no team. I would find it on the weekends. And a lot of you guys on this, you understand what I'm talking about. We'd show up at SEALFIT. We'd show up here. We'd show up there. But it was hard. And at first it felt like freedom. Like, hey, I don't have to be anywhere. No one to answer to. No one to slow me down. But what I didn't realize, there's also no one was sharpening me either unless I went out and made it happen. You see, when I was playing ball, let's run it back to football, high school, college, whatever. The locker room wasn't just a room. It's like a furnace. It's a forge. Like every guy in there was there for you to live up to earn their respect, to go to battle with, to be shoulder to shoulder with, to make you better. They called you out. They pushed you. They picked you up. They put you down. They called you on your BS. They high-fived your touchdowns and told you what you did wrong when the film was up. You can't hide your weaknesses. And because of that, you learned to get stronger, not like some of this weak bullcrap that I see nowadays in the safe spaces. And when I lost that, when I left the locker room, my edge started to dull. And I keep trying to find it. And I find it in jiu-jitsu, and I find it in Ironman. I keep finding these random places, but that edge just keeps dulling. It's not all at once, but just little by little. And that's when I realized, hey, there's an issue here. Like, listen, work was good, making a lot of money, family's fine. Faith wasn't really anywhere. It was there, but something was definitely missing. And what was missing was this feeling that I'm getting of when I talk to you guys and when we start to pull things together. And it's that team, that camaraderie. It's that feeling that when you left the locker room, when you left special forces, when you left your crew. And it's taken me years to rebuild that. And to find men again who would tell me the truth and who would call me to a higher level and hold me to a certain accord. They're not intimidated by my success. But they're not impressed by it either. I don't need you to be. I don't want you to be. But that's the first rule. That's what this first rule is about. No solo teams. Because if you're doing life alone, you're losing. Even if it doesn't show yet. So let's break it down in a couple categories. Follow with me. Ready? Let's go faith. Let's start with faith. God didn't design lone wolves. He designed tribes. Jesus had 12 of them. Your faith grows when it's tested. And it's tested best in community. When another man looks you in the eye and says, brother, I see you slipping. You need to get back on the path. Woo, that's accountable. That is iron sharpening iron. And you can't get that kind of sharpening reading devotionals by yourself in silence. Faith grows in friction, in the conversations that make you uncomfortable. Cool, family. Next up, family here. You want to be a better husband? Okay. You want to be a better father? Okay. Go find other guys who are already that. You can't expect to lead from your home if you're not willing to be led. Let me say that again. You want to be a better husband? Find a guy that you admire. You want to be a better father? Go see somebody who's doing it better than you. Hang out with them. Spend time with them. Ready to lead, ready to follow. If your only advisors are podcasters or self-help books, you are missing the point, dude. You need real men in your life who are going to call you out when your tone's off, when your priorities are adrift, and when your wife or your kids are paying the price for your hustle. I make a ton of money. Yeah, but your kids don't know you because you weren't there on their birthday. Not cool. That's not weakness. It's leadership. Strong men seek counsel because their families deserve the best version of them. Period. Fitness. Oh, I'm going to go ham here, baby. Fitness is the same. You can't train solo. But you're never going to hit the ceiling alone. You can train solo. But you'll never hit your ceiling alone. The reason guys hit plateaus is because they don't work hard. It's because no one's watching. And when no one's watching, no one's pushing. When no one's pushing, nobody's accountable. No one's keeping score. And when you have a team, your standard rises automatically. Listen, scenario, Saturday morning, rainy, dark. I went out Friday night. I'm tired. I don't want to get up. But I have a workout buddy that's meeting me at the gym at 5 a.m. I have two choices. I can go or I can let him down. Now, if the thought of letting somebody down like curls your toes, you're in the right place. If like, I'll just call and tell them I'll meet them some other time. Awesome. The world needs sheep. Go join them. You can just stop the video here and move on. Love you. But when you have a team, your standard rises automatically and you chase each other's best day. I look to my teammates to try and find a way to help grow them, complete them, and make them have their best day. Because those kind of people that I hang out with are the kind of people that do that same thing for me. Iron sharpening iron. And listen, I don't care if your locker room is in the gym. I don't care if it's a trail. I don't care if it's a garage. If you have gravity and a floor and at least a phone, you can be surrounded by men and do whatever workout you want. You can hit any gear that you want every single time you get after it. Cool? No excuse. Finance. Finally, finance. So it hits hard because this is where pride lives. Men would rather talk about faith and workouts before they ever admit to the fact that they're drowning in debt or that their business is struggling. But listen, money reveals maturity. It reveals stewardship. It reveals how you lead under pressure. If you're isolated in your finances, you're going to make emotional decisions instead of strategic ones. You're going to chase status. You're going to chase, the flashy things in life instead of like impact. Listen, people say, Derek, you travel all the time. And I'm like, I do. You notice? They're like, yeah, I do. I'm like, but you know what you don't notice? They're like, what's that? I'm like, do you see me wearing a $20,000 watch? Do you see me in $100,000 cars? The answer is no. Do I have a $100,000 chain around my neck? No. Why? Because I build experiences for the people that matter. I use my faith. I use my children. I use my wife, and we travel the world and we make memories. They may not be as flashy as walking into a room and flexing on my new Nikes or my new Rolex. But in 20 years, my kids are going to have a father that they'll remember. Nobody's going to remember your watch, guys. When you surround yourself with that brotherhood that holds you to the higher standards, it reminds you that success isn't about toys. It's about freedom. You will lead differently, and you will build with purpose. So here's the challenge. No more solo missions. So here's what I want you to do. Rebuild your team. What does that mean? Call everybody who you want on your team in your world right now. Send them the manual and say, you're joining my team. Say if it's $9 a month, I'll cover you once you actually get into the huddle. But right now, shit's for free. Find 3 men at least who are hungry to live by a higher standard. Men who don't just talk about it, but they train for it. Men who aren't afraid to tell you the truth. So your first locker room check-in doesn't have to be fancy. And this is something that like we do it here, but you can also do it outside of here. It's a workout. It's a coffee. It's a call. Just make it intentional. Each one of you bring one area of your life where you need to be accountable. Talk through it. Make commitments. Follow up next week. You do that consistently, and I promise conversations are going to change. The energy is going to change, and you will change. Because when men link arms and go shoulder to shoulder and decide to grow together, they stop performing and they start transforming. Now, if you think this is a lot to remember, it is. So I'm going to close it down. I'm just going to say this. If this hits you, step 1, go grab the Locker Room Leadership Field Manual at theclubfaction.com website. Step 2, email at least 3 or text this link to 3 other people and say, you're joining me. It's free. Don't ask questions. It's built for you. Read it, share it, live it, love it. Use this as your guide, as your manual. Work this as your guide because the world doesn't need more solo soldiers. This thing, weapon of mass distraction, is making us individuals. The news is dividing us. Okay? The world needs teams of men who sharpen one another and go back to the standard like the best generation ever, the men of honor of World War II. No solo teams. Get back in the locker room and get to work. I'll see y'all soon.